the very few trans kids who might consider going out for athletics to feel included. In my husband's 30-plus years of working with Division I NCAA program and numerous Iowa high school athletic programs, he never witnessed a single trans athlete. This bill is a mean-spirited solution without a problem. Before the session started, you and I, all of us, met with various groups to find out what their legislative priorities were. Every single group I met with last fall mentioned finding solutions to our workforce shortage. When we consider any bill in this chamber, we should consider its impact on our workforce shortage. Trans Iowans are Iowans. Trans women are women. Trans Iowans just want to be included, and they want to be treated fairly. The constituent I mentioned earlier, the one who hears Iowa is a laughingstock for passing hateful bills like this one, had more to say. He has an employee, one of his employees making 6 figures, who is looking to leave Iowa. This employee is a white man, cisgendered man, who says he does not want to live in a state that does not reflect his values. We aren't only losing trans Iowans, we lose trans allies. This is the kind of bill that drives highly trained individuals away and makes them harder to replace. Iowa has become a laughingstock, and this bill just makes it worse. Another constituent, the mother of a trans woman, said to me, they need to call this what it is, a bill discriminating against the whole group of already marginalized people. I am so concerned that if this passes, where will we go next? How else would they like to discriminate against them? All those potential workers from out of state are wondering the same thing. Which group are you going to discriminate against next? We have an obligation to help all students reach their full educational potential in positive learning environments that are safe, secure, welcoming, and where they feel a sense of belonging. Our policies should be inclusive in all educational programming, including but not limited to athletics. Let's consider the reason we offer high school athletic programs. We put enormous resources into school sports programs because it teaches kids important, lifelong lessons about physical fitness, setting and achieving personal goals, teamwork, and respect for others. Research has found that high school and college student athletes may be at lower risk for anxiety and depression, suicide attempts, and tobacco and illegal drug use. Sports participation has also been associated with increased self-esteem and self-confidence, improved academic performance, stronger feelings of school connectedness, and school-based social support, and broader social capital and community connectedness. Participation in athletics can lead to lifelong friendships and promote sportsmanship and the ability to work hard and persevere. Transgender girls are girls. Transgender women are women. Transgender women's rights are women's rights. We need to treat them just like every other girl and woman, and that includes sports. Transgender kids, like other kids, deserve the same chances to learn teamwork, sportsmanship, leadership, and self-discipline, and to build a sense of belonging with their peers. Trans women and girls belong in school and in sports. There is no evidence to support the claim that allowing transgender athletes to participate will reduce or harm participation in girls' sports. Though anti-trans groups focus on the very few examples of competitions where a transgender athlete outperformed a cisgender athlete, evidence suggests that inclusion of transgender athletes has had no impact on women's sports participation or athletic achievements. The mother of a trans man from my community said when I reached out to her, "I've heard many recruitment stories where Iowa's being seen as a very unwelcoming place and a factor that people just take a pass before even applying. The internet has made it easy for applicants to search to see if it is an environment they would like to move into and raise children." She's right. Businesses and employers do not support attacks on transgender students, and neither should we. Employers in Iowa know that welcoming a diverse population creates a solid workforce. Amazon, American Airlines, Apple, AT&T, Airbnb, Dell, Dow, Google, IBM, Lyft, Marriott, Microsoft, Nike, and PayPal and the Walton Family Foundation have all expressed alarm at the rise in anti-trans legislation around the country. More than 150 companies have signed the business statement opposing anti-LGBTQ state legislation, stating their clear opposition to harmful legislation aimed at restricting the access of LGBTQ people in society. This bill damages the lives of trans Iowans and the workforce of Iowa as a whole. House File 2416 will hurt our efforts to recruit workers. The bottom line is that trans girls are girls and should participate in girls' sports. They are not boys, and they are not an other that should be excluded. In order to build our workforce, we must create a welcoming environment that is inclusive of a broad diversity of people. Vote no on House File 2416.
Chair recognizes